Bam! We are now live. All right, welcome to Kickoff, everyone. We will get started in about a minute. We'll let everyone sort of chill. But thanks for coming. We'll get started shortly. How's everyone doing tonight? Can I get I don't know, something in chat? All right, thank you, X Ice. Nice, nice. I see that chat rolling. We'll get started in about a minute. All right, nice PogChamp. Shout out to the four IUP in chat for the PogChamps. Nice PogChamps. I see you, Boo Blue 7 Falafel. All right, cool. Thanks to everyone for coming. We'll get started in about a minute, but thanks for chilling in chat. Let some people flood in. What's everyone's favorite class this quarter? You can post it in chat. I guess you don't really know yet because classes haven't started. The 60? I wanted to take that class. That was pretty cool. ACM 101. For real. ACM 200. Okay. Okay. Cool. All right, so I think I've given it a minute. We're about ready to start now. So without a further ado, I'll sort of begin kickoff now. All right, so welcome to kickoff, everyone. It's winter 2022. Glad to be back. Thanks for coming, everyone. To get started right off the bat, what does ACM stand for? Well, if you haven't heard of us before, ACM stands for the Association for Computing Machinery. We're an organization dedicated to all things computing. And you may sort of ask what that sort of means. Well, our mission is to establish and foster an inclusive member-first community for sort of all things and topics related to design, coding, and innovation. But before we begin, we'd love to sort of just talk about our response to COVID-19. As everyone has sort of been aware of right now, the first 2 weeks of school have been made online. And that has also impacted the events of all student organizations and events on campus. What this means for us is that for the first 2 weeks, workshops will be moved online and socials will be postponed or held off campus. All of our different sort of information, timings, and locations will be talked about a little bit, but just note that for the first 2 weeks, most of our events will be online due to the school's changes, and we will be rapidly adapting throughout the quarter depending on any guidances given to us. Additionally, for the rest of the quarter, masks will be required at in-person events regardless of vaccination status. And this applies not only to sort of workshops, but socials as well. Something to note is that you must show us your green thumb before arriving at an in-person event as well. So before you sort of check into an ACM event, have that green thumb ready. Other than that, I'll pass it off to Bryce to talk about our upcoming events.
Hi, everyone. I'm Bryce, and I'm our ACM's Vice President of Events, and I'm excited to talk with y'all about some of the upcoming events that we have for this quarter in the next few weeks. First up, we have our bi-weekly LeetCode sessions that are hosted by Jeff, our very own interview prep director. If you haven't heard of LeetCode, it's a website that has technical coding problems similar to the ones that are asked by tech companies like Apple, Google, Amazon, and more. If you want to learn how to ace these coding interviews, don't miss these bi-weekly sessions on our Discord every other Sunday. If you're interested in something like DevOps, site reliability engineering, systems engineering, or if any of those fields just even sound interesting to you, don't miss our deployingfacebook.com event hosted by our dev team's very own Matej Gardis. Matej will be going over all the technical details around managing the infrastructure of a massively scaled site such as Facebook. And you won't want to miss this. It's going to be on January 20th at 5 p.m. And finally, if you've always wanted to add a tie-dye shirt to your wardrobe, don't miss our tie-dye social hosted with IEEE. We'll provide all the materials, but make sure to wear a shirt that you don't mind getting dirty. There will be free food and free boba too, and this is sure to be a blast. You won't want to miss it. You can find all of our events that we're hosting this quarter at acmurl.com/events. This leads to our Facebook page, and it's continually updated with new events every single week, so keep an eye on it throughout the quarter for the latest updates. You can also add our Google Calendar at acmurl.com/calendar to always keep up to date with everything that's happening in ACM. And finally, if you happen to miss one of our workshops, don't worry. We record all of them and upload the recordings on our YouTube channel at acmurl.com/YouTube. Be sure to subscribe and make sure you never miss a video. And next, I'm going to hand it off to Edward to talk about our online community.
Hi, everybody. I'm Edward, and I'll mainly be talking about one of the most important aspects of our community, which is our Discord. However, I would also like to stress something that we've had for a while, which is our report form. So if you ever have issues with anyone in ACM, whether it be in person or online, just head to this link and we'll look into it. I'd also like to stress that this report form is not only just for Discord, but for anything ACM related. And speaking of our Discord, here's how to join. Just go to acmurl.com/discord and we'll give you all the instructions you need. Our Discord is one of my favorite parts of the community, and I spend a lot of time here. You can do some things like set your roles, chat about your interests, or get help with coding problems or your career. And something super helpful is adding new roles. So you can click on these emotes in our roles channel to get notifications for whatever event type you want, like ACM's biweekly lead code sessions or any of our socials. And you can also select roles for games if you ever want to join an in-house. We play League quite a bit, and we play Valorant, Among Us, and a bunch of other games, or just to find someone to play with. And you can also let your pronouns be known by setting those by clicking on the emotes, as I said. We also have a ton of channels for general chat and interests. And as you can see on the left, a few of our members had a long conversation about Arcane a few days ago in our TV movies channel. Others planned informal meetups, like here they got Pazookies at BJ's on a Tuesday. And some others were talking about the lack of graphics cards. And as I mentioned before, we also have channels for advancing your career, like a channel to get your resume roasted. Also, please make sure to take a look at the rules if you join. There's a small snippet here in the image, but you can check them all out at the link here, acmurl.com/discord-rules, which invites you to our rules channel. And now I'll be passing it off to Tristan to talk about a very special challenge that we have for y'all.
Hi, everyone. So I'm Tristan, and as Edward said, I have a challenge for all of you. So if you're not on our Discord already, acmurl.com/discord, you may notice we actually have a banner in the top left corner of our Discord server. Currently, it's the kickoff graphic, but it can be all yours, and you get the benefit of winning internet points and bragging rights. So let's talk about what this looks like first. If you look at the background of our slides here, you can actually see this is the fall Discord banner from one of our fellow ACM members, Melody Ruth. She was the winner. She got 25 ACM points and she got bragging rights the entire quarter. So you should definitely jump in on our winter design challenge. I only have 2 rules for you. First rule is you must use the ACM diamond. The one in the left corner here on the pumpkin is the only one you have to use. But if you want some bonus points for, including all the other communities, please go ahead and include those as well, as Melody did here. And the other one is it must be in a 16:9 ratio or similar to 1920 by 1080 if you prefer that in pixels. Follow the link down below, acmurl.com/winter banner. And you have until Friday at 12 p.m. to submit your designs. So now, good luck. And now I'll be handing it off to Jacob to learn all about BitByte.
So what is BitByte? BitByte is ACM's big little / mentorship program. If you don't know what it is, think of finding like a new best friend to bring with you on your college experience. And the cool thing is, even though we are a CS org, anyone can participate in BitByte. You do not have to be a computer science major or any engineering major for that matter. We will hold many events where you can meet lots of other people who are also interested in being part of BitByte, and then we'll match you all together at allocation. So what does allocation look like? Well, in the top left here, we have our allocation from 2 years ago, which was in person, thankfully. And our allocation from last year on the top right was on Zoom, unfortunately, but we can still see that everyone still had lots of fun. Yeah. So our very first event will be tomorrow on January 6th from 4 to 6 p.m. At that link right there, acmurl.com/speedfriendzoom. It's going to be a quick info session where I'll be going more into detail about the requirements and how you can sign up for BitBite. And yeah, I hope to see all of you there. Here's a little sneak peek at some of the events we'll be doing. So we will be playing Crab Game next Saturday, that's January 15th at 7 p.m. on our Discord. If you don't know what Crab Game is, it's basically Squid Game, but online, you know? And I know you all would love to play Squid Game in person. So here it is. We have Squid Game in person, guys. It will be from February 12th to 13th. So save the dates on your calendars, guys. As long as this quarter doesn't go online, we will try to everything we can to make this Squid Game happen. So if you're interested in any of that, please sign up to be a part of BitBite at acmurl.com/bitbitematch. There will have lots more information about what BitBite is, and you can choose to sign up to be a bit or a byte. And if you are going to be a byte, there's an additional requirement. You would have to make a byte slide, sign up for the byte slides there at acmurl.com/byte slide sign up. And if you're a bit, please do go check out those byte slides. They put all their personality and heart into those slides. And if you want, you can also make a bit slide at acmurl.com/bit slides. Keep in mind that this is optional. And make sure to join our Discord so that you can keep up with all the announcements. And I'll be passing it off to Shirley to talk more about our membership.
Cool. So now that you know what our community at ACM is like, how do you join? The first thing, obviously, is to join our Discord. We have a lot of community over there, and there's always people in the voice channels or the text channels talking. Of course, come to our events and join our programs like BitBite. But one of the main ways to join our community is to be a part of our membership portal. And to make a membership portal, first you can go to our website, acmucsd.com. And then in the top right corner, you can see that there's a login button. And if you have a membership account, you can just log in there. And if you don't, you can sign up there. And then in the membership portal, once you log in, it'll look a little something like this. You have your little profile on the left and then event check-in area on the right. So anytime you go to an event, you'll get a check-in code, and that check-in code will give you a certain amount of ACM membership points. And these points can be used to, yes, the store. They can be used for our store, which is definitely coming out soon, I promise. But yes, they will also be used to flex your leaderboard position. The more points you have, the higher you are on the leaderboard. You get some bragging rights. Like, for example, Bryce has been at the top for a very long time. Yes. And speaking of membership points, here is the code. So the code for kickoff is ACM Winter 2022. So I'll give everyone a couple of minutes to get your membership points. And yeah. Okay, hopefully everyone has checked in. If you haven't, the code is also at the bottom in the description, and it'll also be posted later. So now I'll be handing it off to Steven to talk more about our portal and store.
Hi, everyone. My name's Steven, and I'm the Vice President of Development for ACM General. Back when we created the portal almost 2 years ago, we wanted to give members a chance to redeem the points they had earned for checking into events by being able to buy merchandise. At first, the store was coming soon. Then we reskinned the portal, and the store was coming January of 2021. Fortunately, store got delayed again to fall of 2021, and then delayed yet again to winter of 2022. Unfortunately, due to the pandemic, we had to delay store again due to Omicron, maybe spring quarter. Just kidding. I'm happy to announce that coming this quarter, ACM Store will be live. You can redeem points you've earned by checking into events for merchandise like frisbees, phone wallets, pop sockets, t-shirts, and more. ACM Store, it's finally here. Store will be released January 10th, and our first pickup opportunity is January 24th, which is Monday of week 4. Speaking of stores, I'll go ahead and hand it off to Stanley to talk about one way you can help support ACM.
All right, so speaking of stores, everyone has heard of this store in specific. It's Amazon. ACM is now on Amazon Smile, so you can go to acmurl.com/Amazon and select ACM as your charity. It helps us sort of, generate events like this. You can get sort of merch, all that different stuff through, contributing to our sort of charity on Amazon Smile. So it takes like 10 seconds max. Pick us as your charity. We can keep hosting great events like this. And yeah, I'll pass it back to William to talk about projects.
Yeah, hello. So whether you're building Amazon or ACM, everything has started from some project. And here at ACM, we have our very own project system. ACM Project System is a 10-week-long quarterly project system where you'll work in a small team of fellow students to build a project of your team's choice. We offer dedicated teams for people of all skill levels, and our projects cover a wide variety of topics, spanning from web and mobile development to design, machine learning, project management, entrepreneurship, and much more. To see firsthand what you might be working on, check out our product showcase this upcoming Monday at 4 o'clock on our Discord, where our products team for this past fall quarter will present what they've built. Now, if you're interested in joining ACM projects, make sure to submit your application to acmurl.com/projects-app by next Wednesday, January 12th. And also, as I mentioned, our products cover a very wide breadth of topics, and we wouldn't be able to support this without the help of our various ACM communities. So I'll be passing it back to Stanley again to start talking about them a bit more.
Cool. So if you haven't heard of ACM communities before, computing is such a large topic and it can be really hard to sort of find a specific niche, and that's why we created ACM communities. Today we'll have 4 different communities to present their sort of niche and what they'll be doing this quarter. And firstly is ACM AI, so I'll pass it over to them.
Hello. My name's Stone. I'm the president of ACM AI, and at ACM AI, we are cultivating a community of AI enthusiasts, people who will just love AI, learning about it, using it, and we're trying to inspire the next generation of AI leaders. So what is ACMI exactly? What defines us really? So ACMI, we are a basic community who is really dedicated to increasing accessibility to AI. So we're releasing workshops, technical workshops, events, code with explanations, trying to reduce all that complicated math and linear algebra, et cetera, down to English. But we're also trying to make AI as fun as possible. AI can seem daunting to some people, it can seem difficult, but we are trying to provide the best way to make it fun and interesting to learn through seminars from professors, industry researchers, to competitions and lots of memes. And we're trying to build this AI community within UCSD as well as beyond. So we highly recommend you to join our Discord, which we'll provide later. All right, so what's up this quarter? So this quarter, we have our ML workshop series. This consists of 4 main parts. The first part will be covering basic regression models like linear and logistic regression. The second part will be covering convolutional neural networks, which are famously known for using in computer vision tasks, such as classifying if it's a cat or not, or trying to detect objects and images. We'll then also be covering a special kind of neural network known as Bayesian neural networks. And then finally, we'll cover one of the most recent advances in sequence modeling, NLP, vision, and a lot of different areas called transformers. Another thing that we're going to be doing this quarter is a neural network modeling competition. This is a competition we last held in fall 2020, and we decided to bring back this quarter. The whole idea is basically given a data set, you want to predict you want to predict the function that generated this data set as close as possible. You can use neural networks, you can use any resources from our past workshops or the new workshops we're releasing this quarter. And what's in it for you? Well, you can use this as a start to your ML journey. It's a very easy task to start with, but really difficult to master. The problem is really easy to get a decent score on this problem, but if you want to do really well, there's lots of room to improve. We'll also be giving prizes to the top solutions. Next thing up is, as William previously mentioned and talked about, is a project system. Within project system, there's also the AI subcomponent. So ACM AI projects is similar to many other projects, but we have a bit of our own schedule. So week 2, we send out application forms with everyone else. Week 3, projects begin. And then we'll be matching you with teams that are most similar to your skill level. And even if you don't know much about AI, you don't need to worry. Our only requirement is that you know Python and you know 1 or 2 libraries. You don't need to know deep learning libraries. You really just need to know how to use something like NumPy or something of the equivalent. Anyone who has those qualifications are more than eligible to apply. The requirements for kind of acceptance, it varies. And because we do have a lot of applicants, what we try to do is we try to pick people who are most interested in ACM AI. So you can demonstrate interest by going to our workshops, participating in our events, etc. But the end goal is you're going to build an AI project with mentorship from experienced ACM AI board members, some of which you see highlighted in the next few slides. But basically, the board members are all quite experienced with an AI, whether it's data science, causal inference, various topics, machine learning, reinforcement learning, computer vision, et cetera, et cetera. Just a quick glimpse into some of the projects people have done before. One team built a brick breaker game that's popular on mobile apps, a popular mobile app, and trained an AI to play that game quite efficiently. Another team used computer vision models to cartoonify images. And there's many other projects. We've had, I think, at least 10 plus projects by now. So if you're interested in anything like that, feel free to apply. And we're quite flexible. If you have some idea, we'll go with it, basically. Next. And another thing that's happening this quarter, something we're reviving this quarter, is our tri-weekly AI reading group. So the reading group is going to be focused on effectively, we're going to have the community, we're going to discuss a community chosen paper within the field of AI. These papers are typically either something super recent that's super interesting, or a historical paper that maybe a couple years ago, or even 10, or maybe just 5 years max ago. 5 years ago, that's super important, that revolutionized the field. So we'll be looking at these kind of papers, discussing them, maybe explaining parts of the code or explaining how the paper works. These reading group discussions, again, have no requirements to join. And all you have to do if you want to sign up for notifications about this is go to our Discord and opt in to get notifications. There are no requirements, although you should know some basic machine learning topics, and most of which you'll learn in our workshop series this quarter. So highly recommend to attend those before you attend one of these weekly meetings, tri-weekly meetings.
Hi. Hey, y'all. So my name is Edward, and I'm the Director of Operations for ACM AI. And along with the workshops, competitions, reading groups, and the other various topics that we're hosting this quarter, we're also going to host AI seminars from distinguished professors and also our AI board members. So I kind of like posted a lot of like different things that some of our board members and past board members have worked on. So feel free to like message us or just contact us to talk about some of our current and past research experiences. And on top of that, we're also doing an AI research seminar in collaboration with Google. And also we're going to host a board panel on how to get into AI research. So that leads up to the frequently asked questions. The first frequently asked question is, are events recorded? For sure, we record our events. The recordings are at acmurl.com/YouTube. A lot of the questions that we get asked is that do I need a lot of math to succeed in AI? Well, you're going to encounter a lot of math when you deal with AI theory, but during our workshops in our other sort of like events, we try to break down as much of the math as possible and give you a really high level understanding so that when you actually get to implementing it, the math doesn't seem as difficult to you. And how do I become a member? You can just simply join our Discord and come to our events. And this is how to stay connected. We have a website and we also have a Discord and a lot of the other stuff. And now I'm just going to hand it off to, and we also are currently recruiting. The current position that's open is the event lead position, where you're going to help build workshops, host seminars, and also run competitions. And that's the URL for applying. The form is always open and we review them on a rolling basis. And now I'll hand it to ACM Hack.
All right. Hey, everyone. I'm David. I'm the president of ACM Hack for this year. So what is ACM Hack? We're ACM UCSD's software engineering community. So if you're at all interested in becoming a software engineer or just learning more about it, ACM Hack is the place to be. We focus on teaching technical workshops. So whether you're a beginner programmer or an expert programmer, we have workshops that we hope that you could be interested in. Just on here, you can see we have a few. We've done workshops on Postgres, Python, React, databases, and Swift, for example. Typically, we focus on topics like mobile development, web development, and that kind of stuff, as well as Python workshop series we do every year. So if you're all interested in any of that, we hope that you can come out to our technical workshops. This quarter specifically, we're focused more on mobile and backend engineering. So we have 3 different multi-part workshops. The first one being Hack Mobile, which we'll have next Wednesday at 4. The second one being an intro to Swift UI. So if you're at all interested in doing iOS development, that'll be hosted by Yuru, and it'll be really cool if you've never actually gotten a chance to work with mobile development on iOS. And then lastly, we'll be doing a multi-part series on backend engineering hosted by Shravan. So if you're at all interested in learning about APIs and stuff like that, come through that workshop in February. Yeah, so for our Hack Mobile series, it's 2 parts. We'll be building a mobile application in React Native. So if you're at all interested in learning about React Native, or you just want to get a refresher and maybe build up an app, this is a good chance to do that. So coming to this workshop, we don't expect you to have too much experience. If you have React experience, I guess that'd be pretty helpful. But we want to make it as beginner friendly as possible. So even if you haven't built up an app before, we hope that you can take something away from this workshop. And I'm going to pass it off to to Yuru to talk more about her Intro to Swift UI workshops.
Yeah, so I will be hosting a workshop on January 18th from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m.-ish. And then for the first part of the workshop, I will be introducing to Swift UI fundamentals, and then also introduction to our projects. So we will be building a sample project. And then for the second part of the Swift UI, we will be finishing our sample project. Please come with Xcode downloaded, because downloading Xcode will take a few hours. So we don't want to waste a lot of workshop time to do that. So please have your Xcode downloaded before coming to the workshop. Yeah, and then I will pass to Shravan to talk about the backend series.
Sweet. What's up, everyone? This is Shravan from ACM Hack, and we're excited to continue our Essence of Backend Engineering series from last quarter into this quarter. This quarter, we'll be bringing 2 new workshops, one on APIs and one on databases. So like David said, the Essence of Backend Engineering series is somewhat like a backend engineering bootcamp, where we cover the high-level overview of very important backend concepts, ranging from simpler concepts like APIs and databases to more complicated ones that we'll be doing next quarter, like distributed systems and containers. So last quarter, we kicked it off with an overview of backend engineering, talking about how the internet works, what exactly backend engineering is, how HTTP works, that kind of stuff. And this quarter, we'll be diving in our first workshop into APIs. So we'll be talking about what is an API, how can we as backend engineers build APIs that are secure, that are functional, that can communicate with databases, We'll also be looking at some of the most modern and well-constructed APIs out there. Some of the ones from like Stripe and Robinhood and Google and the ones all the big companies use. We'll be looking at how they construct APIs. We'll see how we can do something similar. And that workshop will be on week 5, Wednesday at 5 p.m. The next backend topic we'll be covering is databases. So similar to APIs, we're going to be talking about what exactly is a database? How can us backend engineers add databases to our systems? How can we choose what type of databases to use for different systems? We'll be also looking at modern databases that some of the top tech companies use to see how can we actually make practical and usable databases that our APIs can connect to, and that how we can make fully fleshed out systems with both APIs and databases. So if backend is something you're interested in, if you don't really know what backend is, this workshop series is great for you because these topics are going to be some of the more like foundational topics of backend engineering. So if you want to dabble in that kind of topics, definitely come through to these workshops that are happening in the middle of the quarter. All right, I'll hand it back off to David to talk about ACM Hacks community.
All right, yeah, thanks Robin and Yuri for talking about your workshops this quarter. But yeah, if you guys are interested in joining the ACM Hack community, we're mainly centered on Discord. So I'll post that Discord link in the chat in just a few minutes. But yeah, on our Discord, we post announcements about our workshops. For the first few weeks, we're going to be online as expected. But hopefully towards the end of the quarter, we can have some of our workshops back in person. On our Discord, also, if you're interested, you could talk about the projects you've worked on. This is like generally just a software engineering community. So anything software engineering related, projects you're doing that you want to share to other people. We'd love to hear more about what you're working on and what makes you passionate about it. And then lastly, one thing we're going to be doing this quarter is some article discussions. So we'll be posting some articles about front end and back end development, as well as like other things you guys might be interested in. So we hope that you guys can participate in that if you're interested in discussing software engineering stuff. But yeah, that's all from ACM Hack. I'll pass it off to ACM Cyber.
Thank you, David. Hey, y'all. My name is Andy, and I'm the president of ACM Cyber. I'm here to give y'all just a little bit of an idea of what ACM Cyber is all about. So, in a nutshell, ACM Cyber is the largest computer security organization on campus. We act as a de facto home for those who wish to hone their hacking skills. We focus on exploring topics in cybersecurity as well as being the #1 resource on campus for those looking to prepare for the cyber industry. We are the largest cybersecurity organization on campus, and one of the largest in the UC system. But what is it that we do? Well, we have many programs designed to take you from a complete beginner hacker to an exploitation master, all while preparing you for a potential career in one of the hottest industries in tech. Our events focus on 3 main topics and ideas: informing, training, and competing. We host events every week, ranging from technical interactive workshops to Q&A panels with accomplished industry professionals to seminars with illustrious guest speakers. From addressing some of the most prevalent and hot button topics within cybersecurity to scratching your curiosity on obscure and weird applications and aspects of it, ACM Cyber has something for everyone. Even if competing isn't your style, we hold numerous workshops on common vulnerabilities and tactics you might not only use in a CTF or cyber defense competition, but potentially in your daily lives. From the complete beginner to the seasoned expert, we will provide the opportunity to train your hacking, CTF skills, and life skills. We also have 2 teams that regularly compete in high-profile capture the flag competitions, with openings at all skill levels, including complete beginners. We compete in a wide range of competitions, in addition to hosting our own capture the flag competition, San Diego CTF. They range from smaller CTFs run by other universities to the wildly popular National Cyber League, to cyber defense and hacking competitions like the Collegiate Cyber Defense and Collegiate Pen Testing competitions. But not only do we compete, we win. With the 2 teams scoring in the top 4 at the Hivestorm competition, one of them securing first place out of 247 teams, and having placed 24th out of nearly 4,000 teams in the fall NCL competition, you too could become a part of what makes UCSD the best. The bottom line is, ACM Cyber will train you to become a better hacker and a more aware user in cyberspace. Here's a quick rundown on some of the events that are just around the corner for us. The very first ACM Cyber event of the quarter is next Monday at 6 p.m. Join us using the link acmurl.com/cyber to learn all about quantum cryptography and this exciting collab with quantum computing at UCSD. The following week, we're looking at our Intro to CTFs workshop, where seasoned competitors will tell you what a CTF is like and how you can start to train for them. We've also got a couple of socials lined up with a murder mystery party on February 11th. Put on your detective hat and join us for this exciting social. No prior murder solving mystery experiences required. To stay on top of the events we host throughout the quarter, as well as to hear opportunities we provide to our members, sign up for our exclusive Shiny newsletter using the link acmurl.com/joincyber. There's one last event at ACM Cyber everyone is extremely excited about. As an ACM member, we invite you to our second ever annual San Diego CTF. This yearly large-scale cybersecurity competition allows us to not only train our members and build our internal resources, but to give back to the greater cybersecurity community. This event will take place on the weekend of week 5 of the spring quarter, from May 6th, 6 p.m. to May 8th at 6 p.m., a full 48-hour competition. This is our single largest event of the year, and we encourage participation from not only all of ACM Cyber, all of the ACM communities, from all of ACM, or for all from UCSD, and from teams all across the world. You can visit our website, sdc.tf, for more information and to pre-register for more details as we draw closer to the main event. In the meantime, we can say that even if you have participated in a CTF competition before, this will be unlike anything you've ever experienced. The event will take place entirely on Discord, facilitated by a one-of-a-kind custom Discord bot that we've been developing for months. There will be tons of unique challenges across 8 categories, covering all areas of cybersecurity and computer science. Players of all levels and experience are encouraged to participate in the games and make friends along the way. Well, that's all from ACM Cyber today, so thanks for listening. You can find us on all these social media platforms, so just pick whichever one you prefer and stick with it. Or you can sign up for the aforementioned newsletter and never miss anything. And don't forget to drop into the heart of our community, our Discord server. That's acmurl.com/cyberdiscord. And now, passing it off to ACM Innovate.
All right, thanks, Andy. Hey everyone, my name is Praneet and I'm the current president of ACM Innovate. And I'm here to give you all some updates on what Innovate has planned for this quarter. Before I get into that, I would want to briefly discuss what ACM Innovate is. So we're an org within ACM with the goal of fostering a spirit of entrepreneurship and innovation at UCSD by developing a community of members who are interested in creating startups and bringing an innovation mentality to all aspects of their careers. We're looking to build this community by hosting entrepreneurship workshops and speaker events with innovators in the tech industry. So for our workshops, this quarter we'll be hosting 4 of them starting next Tuesday with the Launching Your Product event at 5 o'clock. Following that, we'll have workshops in weeks 3, 5, and 7. And these will cover the topics you see on the screen, including product post-launch steps, marketing, and product pitching. The current plan is to host next week's workshop online and then the rest of them in person. But for all the events that we'll be having, we'll be recording the events as best as we can and post them on our YouTube channel for you to watch later in case you guys missed the event. For our speaker events, we're happy to announce that this quarter we'll be having 2 guest speakers. The first one will be on Thursday of week 6 at 6 o'clock with John Bean. And he's the founder and CEO of the San Diego-based high-performance computing company called MEM Computing. And then our second guest speaker is going to be on Tuesday of week 9 at 6 o'clock also, and that's going to be with Derek Oyen. And he's the co-founder and CEO of ScoreStream, which is a platform that's dedicated to promoting local high school sports and just athletes in general. In addition to the events this quarter, we're also going to be having Innovate projects again. And this is a program where participants, learn about the essentials of product development and how to iterate on a business idea. So participants will start out by being put into teams and get support from mentors via weekly check-ins as we go through the fundamentals in business and product development. The core concepts we're going to be focusing on as we progress through the project are the ones that you see on your screen. And this basically includes establishing team roles and then developing an idea, building an MVP based off that idea, and then collecting user feedback to iterate on your MVP, and finally analyzing your market before effectively pitching your product at the showcase at the end of the quarter. Innovate Projects is not code intensive and includes a bit of business focus, but I want to stress that it's open to everyone. So you'll still be able to code or do whatever you want, use your individual skill sets to contribute to the team as you build the best possible MVP. So if you're interested in joining the community, the best way to stay involved is by joining the Innovate Discord server, which you see on the screen. It's acmurl.com/innovate-discord. This is where all the Innovate specific announcements are going to be posted, and social events will probably be hosted here. And it's just a general place to chat with and get to know other members of the Innovate community. All right, so that's all I have for ACM Innovate updates. So I'll hand it off to Stanley to wrap it up.
All right, hey everyone, a few last things before we wrap up kickoff. First things first, we have our winter census for this year. Go to acmurl.com/census to fill it out. I promise it'll take like less than 10 minutes, answer some question about what events you want and what do you sort of want to get out of ACM. And this time around, we're going to have the sort of largest raffle that we've ever done. We're going to be giving away fuzzy socks, hot chocolate with peppermint spoons, and the beloved Snuggie. Who hates Snuggies? Fill out the census. We have a really huge raffle this time, so fill it out. I promise it won't take that long, and you'll be entered in right after. Second thing before we end is that we're going to have our mid-quarter meeting on March 2nd. Stay tuned for more information, but we were unable to have Winter Kickoff in person this year, so we really wanted to spice it up with hopefully an in-person event near the middle part of the quarter. We'll promise to have some food, some boba, and all that different stuff that we're supposed to have at this kickoff at this mid-quarter meeting. But obviously, stay tuned for more information. We'll still be adhering to all the guidelines given by the school. Other than that, that pretty much ends off kickoff. We're going to be having an after social where you can ask any questions to the communities and to ACM in general. We can also answer any questions you may have about really anything within computing. So go to acmurl.com/discord right now to go to the after social, meet some members, ask questions, have a fun time. We also have some game rooms just to play some games if you like as well. But other than that, thanks for coming. There were a lot of links during this kickoff, so if you missed any of it, you can go to acmurl.com/links or go to the slides to access all those applications at acmurl.com/kickoff_TLDR. All the forms are now open, so feel free to go to those. We'll also post it throughout the week for all the deadlines and all those application stuff. So yeah, thanks everyone for coming to kickoff. It's been a great one. Join us on our after social now at acmurl.com/discord. If you haven't checked in already, go to members.acmucsd.com and check in. So see everyone on the Discord. Bye bye.